Hello, Catherine here. Today we are talking about social etiquette in the UK. And we're going to look at modal verbs. Modal verbs are an auxiliary verb that express necessity or possibility. These include must, shall, will, should, would, can, could, may, and might. And let's look at how they are used when talking about social etiquette in the UK. And then we will look at how things have changed with the current situation with the coronavirus. So, what is social etiquette? Social etiquette is something that describes the social norms of what you should do and how you should act. So, a visit to a family or friend's house. What should you do? In the UK, it is very common to meet up at a friend's house. Many houses have carpets in, so you could be asked to remove your shoes. You should ring the doorbell and wait for them to let you in. It is unusual for people to kiss when they meet each other. You may hug your friend and say hello. Usually, you would sit in the living room and would be offered a drink, usually a cup of tea. In some areas of the country, they may say, "Would you like a brew?" This refers to a hot drink, a tea or coffee. As a host, it can seem rude if you don't offer your guest a drink. Okay, so what do you do if you are going to a dinner party? If you have been invited for a meal at someone else's house, it can seem rude to go empty-handed. You could take something for the host to thank them for the invitation. This could be a bottle of wine, a box of chocolates, or flowers, for example. Whilst at the dinner party, you may be introduced to new people. So let's see the social etiquette on meeting new people. Really, this depends on the setting. In a work environment, you should always shake the other person's hand. But in other settings, men should shake hands with other men, and men can kiss women on one cheek. Women may shake hands with other women, or women may hug and kiss them on one cheek. Going shopping. Is that different? Let's see. When going shopping, you must not use your own bag or trolley in the shop. You can choose whether you put your shopping in a trolley or a basket. You may enter the shop with your own bags, and it would be unusual for the shop to have lockers to put your things in at the entrance. What about going to the library? There are strict rules when going to a library. You must be quiet. You must switch off your mobile phone. You can borrow books, DVDs, and CDs. You can find information about events in the local area, and they may even sell tickets to the events. If you need to speak to a librarian, you should speak in a quiet voice. You can use computers and access the internet in the library. Okay, so now let's look at some of the restrictions currently in place due to the coronavirus, still focusing on using those modal verbs. So, we currently in the UK have many restrictions in place due to the coronavirus. At the time of writing in May 2020, these are the current restrictions and recommendations for England. There are some differences at the moment in Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. So, currently, you should stay at home as much as possible. And you should work from home if you can. If you are unable to work from home, for example, if you are a builder, you should try to avoid public transport as much as possible and try to walk or cycle to work. You can go outside for unlimited amounts of exercise at any time of the day and for any length of time, alone or with people from your household. However, social distancing rules must be adhered to at all times. You must not meet in a group with people from outside your household, although you can meet up with one other person in a group of 2 if you are outside and maintain a 2-meter distance. However, you must not visit other people's homes or meet in their gardens. Okay, currently if you are going to a shop, this is the advice. You may need to queue outside the shop to be allowed to enter. You must keep 2 meters distance from the other shoppers. The shops have a one-way system in place and you should follow the arrows on the floor. You should try to pay by contactless payment wherever possible using card payments. You do not need to wear a face mask or protective clothing, and neither do the shop workers. But you should think about the other shoppers and shouldn't buy too many of one particular item. And the advice for those workers who are unable to work from home. When at work, you must maintain a 2-meter distance from other workers as much as possible. If this is not possible, you must work side by side or back to back to avoid facing each other. If this is not achievable, then you must wear protective clothing, for example, a mask and goggles. I hope that this has helped you to understand modal verbs. Thank you for listening. Take care. Goodbye.